Number 1. Determine if each equation is true. Choose true or false for each equation. So for letter A, 4.5, I'm going to clear that, write that a little smaller. 4.25 times 10 to the 6th, I'm going to move the decimal 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I fill it in with zeros. My answer would be 4,250,000. So that statement is false. For letter B, I'm going to move the decimal 9 times. So 6.38 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fill it in with zeros. I would get 6,380,000,000. And so that one is false. For letter C, I'm going to move the decimal 2 times, but it's negative, so I move it to the front. My answer would be 0.0511, so that one is false. And for letter D, 2.79, move it to the front 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill it in with zeros. I get 0.000279, and so that statement is true. Number 2, the circumference of the Earth's moon is about 1,091,500,000 centimeters. Write this number in scientific notation. So I'm going to move my decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And so my answer is 1.0915 times 10 to the 9th power. Number 3. Last year, a popular mobile app was downloaded 2.47 times 10 to the 8th times. Write the number of times the app was downloaded in standard form. So I'm going to move my decimal point 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fill it in with zeros. And you should get 247 million times. Number 4, determine if the statements are correct. Choose yes or no for each statement. So for letter A, 4.15, I'm going to move that decimal 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill it in with zeros. I get 4,150,000. So that statement is no, it is not correct. For letter B, I'm going to move the decimal 3 times, but I'm going to move it forward because it's negative. 1, 2, 3. And I get 0.0031, so that statement is yes, it is true. And the standard form of 9.15 times 10 to the 11th, I'm going to move it 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Had to go down the screen there because I ran out of room. Fill it in with zeros, and that statement is true. For number 5, 2.1 times 10 to the 8th is how many times the value of 4.2 times 10 to the 2nd. You need to divide 2.1 times 10 to the 8th divided by 4.2 times 10 to the 2nd. When I divide, I get 0.5 times 10 to the 6th power because I divide my numbers, 1.2 divided by 4.2, and I subtract the exponents. 8 minus 2 is 6. But we know in scientific notation the decimal goes behind the first number, so I get 5 times 10 to the 5th power, letter C. Number 6, we are dividing, so I'm going to divide my decimals, 3.936 divided by 2.4, and I get 1.64. I'm dividing, so I subtract the exponents. 5 minus 2 is 3. Number 7, consider the expressions 5.9 times 10 to the 6th and 3.2 times 10 to the 4th. Find the difference of the expressions. The difference means subtract. So I'm going to subtract 5.9 times 10 to the 6th minus 3.2 times 10 to the 4th. I need to make the exponents the same. I keep the larger one, so I'm going to change that 4 into a 6 by moving the decimal up 2 places. My problem is 5.9 times 10 to the 6th minus 0.032 times 10 to the 6th. When I subtract 5.9 minus 0.032, I get 5.868 times 10 to the 6th power. Part B, it says find the product. Product means multiply. So I want to multiply 5.9 times 10 to the 6th times 3.2 times 10 to the 4th. I multiply the decimals, 5.9 times 3.2, and I get 18.88. And I add the exponents, 6 plus 4 is 10. I move the decimal up one place, so my answer is 1.888 times 10 to the 11th power. Number 8. Light travels at approximately 2.998 times 10 to the 5th kilometers per second. There are 6.048 times 10 to the 5th seconds in 1 week. About how many kilometers does light travel in 1 week? So I'm going from 1 second to 1 week. So I'm going to multiply my numbers. 2.998 times 10 to the 5th times 6.048 times 10 to the 5th. I multiply the decimals, 2.998 times 6.048, and I get 18.131904 times 10 to the 10th power, but I move the decimal up one and get 1.81311904 times 10 to the 11th. If we look at my answer choices, letter C is my answer. It's 1.813. They rounded that and got letter C, times 10 to the 11th. Number 9. The Statue of Liberty is about 1.5108 times 10 to the 2nd feet tall from the base to the torch. The pedestal is 1.54 times 10 to the 2nd feet tall. How tall is the Statue of Liberty from the foundation of the pedestal to the top of the torch? Now, the Statue of Liberty is the green statue in New York, and a pedestal is like a box that she stands on. So if the box is 1.54 times 10 to the 2nd, and the Statue of Liberty is 1.5108 times 10 to the 2nd feet tall, you need to add the numbers. You're going to add the numbers together to go from the base of the pedestal to the top of the Statue of Liberty. So 1.54 times 10 to the 2nd plus 1.5108 times 10 to the 2nd. The exponents are the same, so I can go ahead and add 1.54 plus 1.5108, and I get 3.0508 times 10 to the 2nd power. Number 10. A bank starts the day with 2.93 times 10 to the 4th dollars in the vault. At the end of the day, the bank has 3.5 times 10 to the 5th dollars in the vault. How much more money is in the vault at the end of the day than there was in the morning? When we're talking about how much more, that means subtract. So I'm going to subtract 3.5 times 10 to the 5th minus 2.93 times 10 to the 4th. My exponents need to be the same, so I keep the larger one. I change this 4 to a 5 by moving the decimal up one time. My problem is 3.5 times 10 to the 5th minus 0.923 times 10 to the 5th. Now that my exponents are the same, I can subtract 3.5 minus 0.293, and I get 3.207 times 10 to the 5th power. Number 11. The table shows the amount of money raised by each region for cancer awareness. How much money did the North and South raise together? When we're talking about putting things together, that means adding. So I'm going to add 2.38 times 10 to the 4th plus 6.75 times 10 to the 5th. Again, I keep the larger exponent, so I'm going to change this 4 to a 5 by moving the decimal up. My problem is 0.238 times 10 to the 5th plus 6.75 times 10 to the 5th. Now that the decimal exponents are the same, I can add 0.238 plus 6.75, and I get, my apologies, I did that problem wrong. I'm going to erase that section and clear it out because I wrote the original problem incorrect. Let me clear that out. Now, let's try again. I'm going to add the north and the south, so 2.38 times 10 to the 4th power, plus 6.75 times 10 to the 3rd power. I had a 5 instead of a 3. So I'm going to keep the larger exponent. I'm going to change that 3 to a 4 by moving the decimal up. My problem is 2.38 times 10 to the 4th plus 0.675 times 10 to the 4th. Now that the exponents are the same, I can add 2.38 plus 0.675, and I get 3.055 times 10 to the 4th power.